Hi everyone, welcome to another Linfield Coaches CatChat. Joe Stewart here with head men's tennis coach Alex Martin. Coach, how you doing today?
Doing well, thanks so much for having me.
Yeah, of course, and we're just right in the home stretch of the season for you guys. One more regular season match left to play up at Lewis and Clark this weekend. You're 4-9, 3-4 in conference, and you have an outside chance at the Northwest Conference Tournament for the first time in a long time. Either way, whether you make the postseason or not, this is easily the most improved season for this program since about 2018-19. What's it been like to see the strides that these guys have made in your first year as head coach?
It's been awesome to see the work they're putting in come to fruition and see the results on the court. It's a special group. I've said all along just how close they are, and you really see it coming out on the court and the way they're pulling for each other and the way they're performing in their matches, coming in at clutch points and just really pulling together. It's so fun to watch.
We've particularly seen a lot of progress in the last month of the season or so. This team's looked a lot more competitive every match. What has led to some of those upticks in success and things going the right way over these last few weeks?
I think just continuing with the process. We talk a lot about the process, and it's so easy in this sport to look at the outcome and to look at the finish line and wanting to win your match. But there are things that you have to do along the way in order to make it so you can win that match. So we talk a lot about the process, and just sticking to that has been a big part of it. Getting healthy. We've got Blake back now in the lineup, which has helped out a lot to bring in some of those results. And yeah, it's fun to see them be more competitive and to learn how to win some of those close matches and to see changes in mindsets from match to match. It's fun.
Definitely. Let's dive into the lineup a little bit. So in singles, Willie Saiga is the story there. You brought him in from D1 UCSB this season, and he's ranked number 18 in the West. The first time that the program has had a ranked player by the ITA since 2011. Unfortunately, took the loss to another ranked player on Saturday against Pacific. But what has that guy brought to this lineup and to this team?
He brings a lot of stability. He brings somebody that everyone can look to as kind of the standard barrier. And he sets the tone at practice. He sets the tone in matches. He's been through these battles before at the highest levels and knows what to expect. And it brings kind of a sense of calm to the rest of the team. And when they know that Willie's out there in that one spot, it makes everybody else's job a lot easier. And so he's been rock solid up there. It was a tough match against Mason. Mason's a really good player. But Willie did some things that I thought put him in a position to be successful. Just at the end of the day wasn't his day, but I think they get a chance to play again, and we could see something different. So.
All right, that's what, and you can tell he's just such a competitor too. That I can imagine if he did get a rematch with a guy like Mason Tran, he would have a chance to really give him a run for his money.
Yeah, I never count Willie out.
And then towards the bottom of the lineup, in the number 5 spot, is a guy who's always been really interesting to me this season, Alexander Rosenquist. 5-7 here in his freshman year. He's gotten a lot of action, and another guy that we've seen improve over these last few weeks. Lanky, good defensive tennis player. What do you like out of him?
I like the progress that he's making. He's always learning. He's definitely a student of the game, incredibly bright young man, and works really, really hard. It helps him out also with Blake coming back and being healthy, pushes him down into the 6th spot, which just makes us that much stronger throughout the lineup. But yeah, he's developed. He came in with a ton of weapons and kind of learning how to use those and when to use those and where to use them. And so he's really understanding and improved his understanding of court awareness and when he's in a position where he can pull the trigger on a big forehand, or when he needs to just be patient and wait for the next shot. And so that development for him, I think, has led to a lot of the success that he's had, and he's been awesome.
Very cool. In doubles, we've seen Seth Lee and Rogue Stone not just be one of the most reliable pairings for you, but one of the most reliable pairings in the conference this year. 5-2 record as your number 2 doubles team. What have you liked out of those two, and why have they just been able to play so well together this year?
They've known each other for a long time. We brought Seth in this year, but they knew each other from high school. Seth was actually, I think, Rogue's assistant coach one year at Clackamas High School, and so they've known each other a long time. So it was kind of seamless them coming in and having that camaraderie with each other. They kind of know what to expect from the other person. They know what the other's capable of. They do a good job of setting each other up and keeping each other grounded and level with with everything that's going on and the excitement of doubles, and so it's been fun to watch them kind of reconnect and grow that partnership throughout the course of the season.
Yeah, they're pretty entertaining to watch on the court together. And then in that number 3 double slot, these last 2 matches, and you mentioned we just got Blake Fuentes-Gilbert back. A huge get. I mean, obviously just to get him back on the roster this season was huge, and unfortunately had some injuries. But these last 2 matches he's been back, and he's come away with a pair of doubles wins with freshman Brooks Learfield. So you got the experience and you got the young kid. What have you liked with those 2 playing together? What did you see in practice that led to you putting them together these last couple matches?
We played them together in the fall a little bit, and I just like the way they feed off each other, their energy. They're both so good from the baseline. Brooks is a ton of power, and Blake can hit every shot. He's got great angles and consistency, and so they really complement each other well with power and consistency, and then just the way that they connect with each other. It just works. They fire each other up when they need to. They calm each other down when they need to, and they've done a great job of battling. It's not always conventional, but the way they go about their business works, and they were clinical on Saturday with the way they handled that match, and it was one we needed. We couldn't get swept, and they made sure that we didn't, so it was great.
So looking ahead to this final weekend at Lewis and Clark, a solid team up there in Portland, and you know exactly what you need to make the Northwest Conference Tournament. Not just a win on the day, but exactly a 6-3 win at least. So what do you have to do to get it done against the Pioneers? We got to just stick with the process. We got to do what we have been doing all season. We can't get focused on needing however many wins or needing to win this match or that match. That's going to cause us to press and cause us to get out of our comfort zone and do things that we might not normally do. And so we've just got to stay the course. We've got to set points up. We've got to build them from the right place. We've got to attack from the right place and look to get in and finish. And I think if we can maintain that mindset, not focus on the finish line or the outcome, but just focus on the process from point to point, then we're going to be just fine. 2 teams fighting for the NWC Tournament. Couldn't ask for a better way to end the regular season, right?
No, it's like a playoff before the playoffs.
Exactly.
So it's awesome, and it's a good team up there. Jimmy does a great job with them, it's going to be a battle, and someone's going to get what they want, and someone isn't, and we'll figure it out on Saturday.
Once again, that's the Wildcats at Lewis and Clark at 11 o'clock up in Portland, with a berth for the Northwest Conference Tournament on the line between those 2 teams. Coach, thanks for the time and good luck.
Thanks. Go Cats.